Golden Globes producers want Nikki Glaser back next year. She would be great at hosting in the long term. It's been less than 24 hours since the Golden Globes ceremony, but the producers behind the January 5th CutaCast are already looking at bringing back host Nikki Glaser for an encore next year. We absolutely had a great experience with her, and think that she would be great at this in the long term, executive producer Glenn Weiss told Variety to So. Has she already been asked back? Perhaps. Weiss said, I can't talk officially for anything. I will say, as someone who produces and directs award shows, she really found her niche here, and I think it really worked out beautifully on this show. And I would love to see it continue. It's believed that under her deal with Dick Clark Prods and CBS, Glaser was already contracted to do another year if things went well, and they clearly did. Weiss and fellow White Cherry Entertainment partner / exec producer Ricky Kirshner lauded Glaser for providing the proper mood for the show, a huge turnaround after last year's host, Joe Coy, struggled to find that line. Nikki, in my mind, home run, Weiss said. She really prepared. She did her homework. She's been practicing material at a club, sometimes 4 or 5 shows a night for a couple of weeks straight, working on this pretty hard since November. And when you have a host that's that prepared and that dedicated and also not tone deaf, listening to what's going on in our business and even in the room on the fly, she's really good at this. And she proved herself to be a really good host. Part of what the Globes are is it's a party atmosphere, he added. It's not a traditional stuffyish kind of environment. We do want to be loose, people in the audience do have access to alcohol, and it's meant to be fun and a party. And Nikki, her whole tone and in her way of being is really in line with what this show is. And I think she really scored very well last night. Variety spoke on Monday morning with an exhausted Weiss and Kirshner, who had also just worked with Globes producer Dick Clark Prods, which Variety parent company PMC owns in a joint venture with Eldridge, on New Year's Rockin' Eve, just a few days earlier. The duo shared the backstory on some of this year's unique elements on the telecast, including the use of fun facts, the Beverly Hilton Ballroom map pin drops of nominees, and yes, those wild camera angles.